Good morning and welcome to Walks and Wonders.
Walking on, he's the walking man.
Today's video is a mudless walk around Stowmarket. Can you get a decent walk around Stowmarket without going through muddy fields? I believe you can. We're going to attempt it today. And here's the route. So we're beginning on Finborough Road. You can start where you like. It's a circular walk that does go through the town centre. So if you live a bit nearer to one of the other points on this walk, just start there, but basically goes round in a circle. So we're beginning by going from the junction of Beaumont Way down Finborough Road towards one house until we get to Wash Lane. When you get to this point, we're staying on Finborough Road, but I just want to show you this here. When the houses end here, you get to the last house. This field was known as Tinkler's Meadow, was a great wildlife site, and you can see there that there's an old railway carriage. Someone used to live in there, and I have got a photograph of like a showman's caravan that used to be here in front of it, and it was a brother and sister. But here's the photograph of the showman's caravan, and then I have mentioned this and told a story in a previous video, so let's go over to that now. From what I found out, a brother and sister used to live here, Kay and Joe. Kay died in the 90s and Joe probably about 10 years ago. From what I understand, Joe was a travelling carpet salesman. Apparently he was a very dapper dresser. He was also a regular at the local Shepherd and Dog pub just down the road. So that is Tinkler's Meadow. It's just a field on your left. We're not turning down there or anything. Just when you get to the last house on this bit of Finborough Road. So just staying on Finborough Road. And for reference, we're just going past the sort of welcome to Stowmarket sign, just there. I'll just carry on down here to Wash Lane. And then another little bit of history, that is Van Gogh Pass. Another little bit of history here, still on Finborough Road, is this stone here. This is the old milestone. That goes back to about at least the early 1700s, possibly even to the 1600s. There's like a mile marker from back in the day. It was the old signpost, and it has got words on it, but you can't really make them out. So that would be exactly a mile from the milestone that used to be in the centre of Stowmarket, which was right on the corner of the old pub, the King's Head, which I think is now M&Co or something, in the middle of town. But yeah, when you reach there, you were a mile out of town, and they used to be every mile to different places and tell you the mileage to places like Bury St Edmunds or Bilderston or whatever. On this next stretch, I'd be very careful about this puddle here, because as cars come down, they're going to splash you, but also it's a sheet of ice. Thankfully that chap slowed down a bit, but yeah, I stepped into the road because the cars are coming past, splashing the water on the pavement, and it's just a sheet of ice at the moment. So you will come to the junction with Wash Lane. You've got Riverside here. Basically, I think it's the first proper turning to the left down here, and we're just going to go down here across the river. Just beyond the river you'll notice these steel gates here, which I have mentioned before. So I've just seen that this bit of land is now up for sale, I think for about £70,000, with an artist's impression of houses on it, but I'm fairly sure that's a floodplain for the river. I think that would be a nightmare. Maybe you could get one nice house on there. I think to build a row of houses, madness, because I think I'm fairly sure they'll flood, because you get all the water from that whole field that's a massive housing estate, and the water used to soak into the ground is now funneled into that little drain that comes out into the river there, so that's putting more water in. That'll back up that way. If you start building houses here, that'll be a nightmare. That's my opinion anyway. And there isn't planning permission for it. It's just up for sale with an artist's impression of houses. So we cross the river back there, and we come to Coombs Lane. So we're coming out of Wash Lane, or this here it's called Wash Lane's Corner. Because people used to go and have a wash down in the river. All the river was called a wash. Just cross the road, and then Wasp Farm, famous in our family from childhood summers years ago. I mean, not my childhood, but when the kids were little, we used to come up here and pick your own strawberries in the summer. It was great. I thought they were advertising them then. It actually says straw bales, not strawberries. What sort of strawberries have they got? Yep, so you've come out of Wash Lane, across Coombs Lane, and we walk up to Boynton Hall on another hard surface, no mud. So on your left you'll see this woodland, which on the map is shown as Daleswood. That's the official name, but speaking to locals and reading some of the stuff they've written on Facebook, lots of memories here from people who grew up in the town. This used to be the place they'd come in the summer, and it was known back in the day as Five Finger Wood, and that's relating to the plants that used to grow there. Everyone used to pick them, but I think they're still there. Apparently it's private land. There's a sign saying no footpath, but obviously going back to the 50s and 60s, a lot of people who grew up here remember coming up here. Even stories that this was the place that the boys arranged to meet girls. Yeah, that woodland, Daleswood, Five Finger Wood, could tell you some stories, I can tell you. But now we just carry on straight on this track up to Boynton Hall, and this goes straight through to Jack's Lane. And as you can see, so far we have encountered no mud whatsoever. So if you want a mud-free walk, this could be the walk. It is early in the day, but I am confident to say we will not encounter mud on this walk. So I've just heard on reliable source that there's a sign over on the right hand side on that wood, keep out wild boar. So I've never seen a wild boar around here, whether it's just to keep out in the woods, but interesting. Let me know in the comments if you've ever seen wild boar up there. So you'll come up to Boynton Hall, which is a working farm. Just keep to the footpath, don't stray onto private property. And the footpath goes right through, so that's fine. Then there is a story about Boynton Hall. So Boynton Hall here is the origin of the locally famous race of the bogmen. What happened is the workers here got drunk in the summer or whenever they were working on the harvest or whatever. The farmer back in the day, I'm going back hundreds of years, got fed up with them, so he sacked the lot of them and hired some people from Hawley and another nearby village, and then the locals from Great Fimbra got really angry, didn't want to lose the jobs despite the fact they were drunk on the job. So both the people from the men from Fimbra and the men from Hawley turned up for work the next day. The farmer didn't want a riot on his hands, so one of his assistants says he will throw the contract in the air, and the first group of men to get it to the Chestnut Horse in Great Fimbra down there could have the job. And so the contract was chased across the fields all the way to the pub, and then that has been reenacted every year for years. Yeah, obviously these days it's not, that's not how you win the contract for the farming and labouring work, but it's done as a sort of traditional thing. And there is even there was a trophy for the winner of the bogmen, which for years stood in the Chestnut Horse in a cabinet, but I heard recently it's been lost, so I'm not sure whether they found it again yet. Let this car go past. Now there are quite a few footpaths off this route, like this one for example, which I think is down towards Coombsford. I could be wrong. It doesn't look too bad at the start, but I can bet you if you tried to go right down there it would get muddy very quickly. So we're staying on the mud-free walk. I'm fairly confident we can get around with zero mud. Yeah, there's no mud. We've had no mud, but it's -3 today. There's a lot of ice down on this concrete track, so if you come out below freezing temperatures, watch you don't go thing over whatever the saying is, onto your eyelash. You will come to a little lane known as Jack's Lane. I don't know who Jack was or whether it's related to something else other than a person called Jack. If any locals know the origins of Jack Lane or Jack's Lane, leave a note in the comments section below. So we're at the end of the track now. Come on to this delightfully quiet little lane. Hopefully it'll be quiet. This is called Jack's Lane. Goes to down up to Great Fimbra. If you turn right, we're going to go left towards Coombs. And again, we're on tarmac, so there's no mud.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if...
So we've now come to the end of Jack's Lane. I think, yeah, that's Jack's Lane. Come down. I think this is Park Road or something. I'll put the correct road name on the screen. And we turn left. Basically just stay on this road. Takes you into Coombs and down to Coombs Ford and back into Stowmarket.
It's falling down, even if the sky is falling down. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
So you basically just stay on this road, as I said. Goes down the hill there. Up the other side, you're then in Coombs at the top of Poplar Hill. And then just go down there into Stowmarket. Great views here across to St Mary's Church, Coombs. Across the fields, which you do wonder if they'll become another blinking housing estate. Anyway, for the moment we enjoy these wonderful views. This walk, apart from being mud free, just made me realise how privileged we are to live in this area. I mean, you can walk from your front door, very quickly you're out in beautiful countryside with thatched cottages Lots of little bits of history that you can drill down into. And it's a beautiful day, so it's a bit slippy underfoot in places. But it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's -3, but there's blue skies and sunshine. And open fields. Can't beat it. So if you're local, you'll know you can just carry on into the centre of Stowmarket here. However, obviously it gets a bit noisy, so what we're going to do is turn left at Woodfield Lane. If you've seen my previous video coming the other way down here, you'll know this just cuts through to Asda eventually. So just walk up here as far as you can, and then it turns right through a series of passages, brings you out on Temple Road. Yes, so just carry on up here, go all the way to the end, which will bring you to Temple Road. So in a minute we're going to cross Lockington Road, straight across, stay on the track, and bring you to Temple Road, and turn left at the end of there, and then right down towards Asda. You'd have basically done a 5-mile circular with no mud. Yeah. So we turn left. So taking this detour, and just to be honest with you, this isn't tarmac, it's not muddy today, but technically this bit could be muddy, but you could, if you don't want any mud, just walk into town from Coombsford Bridge, as we said. But it's not muddy today. I don't think it gets very muddy even when it's wet, and this will bring you through to near Asda. So the old camera battery here has died, so I just got to film this on my phone, but as you saw we got back to Asda there, so a stone's throw from where we started off on Finborough Road. So thanks for watching, subscribe, like, blah blah blah, and I'll see you in the next video.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic.